Hey guys, I'm back. I decided to do another video for you guys since my last one, the Gary Spot tool gun, was way more popular and commented and liked and all that good stuff more than I ever thought. This is kind of a two reason video. One, I love doing reviews on video game replicas, and this is probably one of the most popular ones out right now. And also, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have two other replicas that I want to do a review on, but they're not out yet. So, it's going to wait for that one. One of them was supposed to come out this month, April, but online it suddenly changed yesterday to May. So, who knows when that's going to actually come out. And then the other one is also, it's not been changed yet, but it's not until September. So, that might be another long while, but I might do a couple more reviews before those guys come out, if I get my hands on the ones I want to. Anyway, I'll go over that a little bit later. So we're here today to talk about the Pipboy, which I must admit, I'm going to sound really stupid here in a minute, but for the longest time, I didn't realize that PIP stood for something. It stands for Personal Information Processor. I don't know, I just never thought about it. So, there's a little bit of information. Hopefully, if you guys learned something from this video, I've done my job. Anyway, we're here to talk today about the Pipboy. I gotta say, this is a really, really nice replica. One thing that I do want to address first off is I've seen a lot of people's videos, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, I wish it looked weathered when you got it out of the box. Yeah, okay, that would have looked kind of neat. But you got to remember that when you buy this, which was a story in and of itself, I'll tell you about in a little bit. When you buy this, you're supposedly getting it directly from Vault-Tec. So it's not going to be weathered and old and battle damaged. You know, it's going to be brand spanking new. So, you know, I kind of like it looking like this. If you have a copy or if you have one and you want to weather it or, you know, something like that, that's fine, you know, whatever. You do you. So anyway, just want to let you guys know that none of these buttons really do anything. The only thing that does, and I apologize in advance because the battery on this is dying, so it's not going to be as bright. This power button right here, you push that, little orange light there, and a little orange light there. That's it. That's all these buttons do. These knobs, clickers, buttons, radio, doesn't do anything. I mean, it's cool, and you know, it's fun if you're walking about and you see somebody who's like, oh, I want a photo op. You know, you can stop and like pretend you're messing about with your Pipboy. So it's not too bad. This clasp is metal, which I really like. It's not a big deal, but I really like it. If you guys have one or you're thinking about getting one and you want to wear it, I will just warn you, and also sorry if you guys hate the sound of Velcro, because I do. Oh, I hate that noise. I have big arms, like big arms. And when I put this on, I can't always tuck the strap underneath, so sometimes I kind of curl it back on itself and it rests like that. And this is what will happen. It will, sorry again about that, the teeth will wear out the foam. Yeah, and, you know, even just wearing it, you know, you kind of, trying to get light, there we go. I don't know if you could see it, but here's a good example. You know, this kind of got chewed away there. But, you know, it's something you put up with, because you know, I could see some people wanting to buy this and never opening it out of the box or, you know, doing anything like that. But the way I look at it is Bethesda knows people are going to be using this. They made one for the for Fallout 3. They made a Pipboy. Originally, it was just a watch or a clock, depending if you're wearing it or not. And people modded it. They drilled it. They, you know, made it so that you could put a phone in here. And they didn't have the app for it back then. And I actually, on one of my older phones, I had this. Somebody took, I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour video directly from Fallout 3, basically just the, I think it was just the radio, actually. And it played music, and, you know, you hear Three Dog talk and all that stuff. So Bethesda knew people were going to wear this. They knew that, you know, this was a thing that was going to happen. So given that, they've made it really quite sturdy. I wear it around the house quite a bit, and I have to admit I have whacked it on a door frame or two once or twice, so this is actually looser than it was when it started. When it started, I really had to crank down on this thing to get it to change, and I was kind of afraid I was going to break it until I whacked it, and now it used to rattle, but doesn't anymore. that's probably a good thing. Same thing with these guys. I mean, that you can hear. That's clicky. This one used to click too. Not anymore. This guy never did. Before we get into the app itself, because this is really a two-part thing. It's the device itself and how well this looks. Oh, this does not remove either. You know, it would have been kind of neat if they did it like you do in the game to open up vault doors, but it does not remove. You know, maybe if they did an addition where there's a little USB drive. Yeah, I think that's the term. I don't know. There's a little USB stick in here with like the soundtrack, then you plug it into your computer and you download it. That'd be kind of neat. Anyway, this I wanted to bring up, and if I'm really good at editing, or lucky, there's a picture that I took some time ago where I was booting this up, and I forgot at what point, but the whole screen goes white on the phone, and the white was coming through here and backlit it. Really, really neat. And I think that if they were to update there are a couple of things about the app I think they should update, but that's one of them. It'd be neat if there's like a little bit of your phone screen here that just goes to a white, you know, just like a bright white. So backlights that to make it look, I don't remember if it's backlit in the game, but that'd just be a neat little detail in my opinion. Okay, so again, I think I've talked about the physical, the hardware. Now let's talk about the software. So, you know, it does its thing from the game, pops up, says Pipboy. I love that noise. It's a great noise. Okay, now normally, if I was connected to my system, it would have gone right to the stats and been ready to go. But since I'm not connected, I just have to hit offline mode. Oops, there we go. Okay, so, you know, this is pretty much just like in the game. I won't go over too much detail with this, just because if you've ever played the game, you know what this is. You've got your stats. It's just flashing offline mode because I'm offline. It shows your currently equipped weapon, any damage to your body, your armor. Clearly, I'm wearing power armor in this. I'm also level 67 now. Not that, you know. I'm sure there are people out there who put so many hours on this, that's probably a triple digit, if even possible. I don't know. But anyway, to get to your different areas, you just swipe through. So you got your perks, your special, and your status. Touch your inventory. Again, what I kind of like about this is if I were connected right now, like right now I have, sorry about my French, les fou terrible. Probably not even close. Les fool. Anyway, the terrible fool. Maybe that's what that translated is. Anyway, so if I was in the game right now and I wanted to equip my Overseer's Guardian, you just double tap it and boom, you've equipped it, which I think is really cool. It's not just like, oh, it reflects the game. It's not like, oh, you know, it reflects the stuff that's coming in. It's sending out information too. It's saying, oh, okay, you want to listen to this radio station. You want to listen to that radio station. Double tap it and it goes to that radio station. Same thing with the equipment here. Now, one thing I have to say I don't like is the fact that it doesn't show the weapon. In game, you know, if you select a fragmentation mine, you just see it, you know, slowly circling. If you select the Ghoul Slayer's 45 pipe sniper rifle, it'll show that. Which, you know, I don't know why it's not been updated like that, but I think it would be cool. Anyway, again, I'm not going to go through all of this because, again, this is all pretty much your standard stuff. And again, you pretty much just double tap an item to use it. Data, this is where you got all your quests and workshops and all that stuff. And map, you know, it's a map. There's not much more to say about that. And then your radio, of course. Now, all in all, I think that's a fantastic little device. Again, like I said, it doesn't just reflect what's going on in the game. It also affects the game. You know, if I want to go to a place on the map, I just double tap the area and boom, off I go to Diamond City or the Glowing Sea or whatever. You know, if I need to use a health pack, boom, right there. Now, sometimes that actually, I just want to touch on that real quick. Sometimes doing it in the game is kind of a pain in the butt because I know some people are really big into immersion. So, you know, to essentially pause the game, what you're doing, use a health pack, get back into the action. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's great. Like if you're taking on an Alpha Deathclaw, you know, and you're like, oh, I need to stop and take a breather for a second. You just go and be like, okay, heal. Take a breath, get back into the game, and you're off. With this, you don't even have to do that, which is kind of neat, because again, immersion. You just go, bonk, and you don't even have to pause the game, off you go. So, that's my review. Oh, yes. I do want to show this real quick. The stand. This is, you know, not a huge, it's pretty light. It's not a huge part of it in the respects of that it just sits there gathering dust as that one does. But this I do think is kind of clever. There we go. It says Pipboy Model 3000 Mark IV, manufactured by Robco for say it together with me. Distribution by Vault-Tec Corp, not for civilian use. There's also a lot of other little neat details. In the box, this whole thing comes in, which I have upstairs, and I don't really want to get it. So anyway, on the box itself upstairs, it says things like, you know, fits most human arms or something like that. Does not actually... Now, this is probably an actual disclaimer, but the way they do it also sort of makes it work with the game. It says does not... device does not have any radioactive... does not have any radioactive materials in it. That's what I was trying to say. And, you know, they got other little neat things like that. And I haven't seen anybody... Of course, I haven't looked up any other reviews because I've got one. It also comes with a little, basically, instruction manual. And it's very cute. It's very tongue-in-cheek. As soon as you open it up, it says, like, pages 1 through 16 are purely fictional, this, that, the other thing. And then, of course, pages 1 through 16 actually talk about the device, and they say things like, it's waterproof, it can survive in space, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's a DLC to come out. I know The Mechanist and Wasteland... I forgot. Well, the second one is out, so there's 2 out so far. But they mentioned space, and I was like, that would be neat, because they did that in 3 and New Vegas. So, I'm calling it now. There's going to be a space DLC. Again, there's already aliens in Fallout 4 vanilla anyway. So the box itself, you know, is very neat. It looks just like the ones in the game. And so the instruction manual also shows you how to set it up with different phones, because this is not actually the phone that I use currently. This is an older phone of mine. This is how you get to it, in case you guys never saw that. So you do this, and this is neat. You just push that down, flip that up. I really like that. Instead of having like a great big like latch or something, they worked it into the device itself there. But anyway, just go over this quickly because I'm not going to talk about the phone. That's a Samsung Galaxy S3. Yeah, let's go with that. But anyway, this fits multiple different phones, which is really nice. They have different foam rings and different foam risers and inserts and screen covers, you know, to make it all work, which I think is fantastic. Because again, they made a Pip-Boy watch for Fallout 3, and the gamers immediately modified the thing so you could put a phone in there and stuff, as I mentioned. So anyway, before I end this video, I do just want to say again, thank you guys so much for you know, like and comment. I don't want to sound like a YouTuber. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't want to do that. But thank you guys so much for making my last video a success. I still get notifications to this day. In fact, right before I made this video, somebody, I won't say their name, but they're a color and an animal, and I think a number in there too. They just subscribed, so hi, how are you doing? But I do want to make more of these videos. It's something I really like doing. I love talking. I love video game props and replicas and, you know, stuff like this. Not that. But I do have a couple more I want to do. I've got things. If you hear something you like, write it in the comment section, and I'll do a review on it. I've got a Skyhook from BioShock Infinite. I've got the Retro Lancer from Gears of War. I've got the Chainsaw Lancer from Gears of War. I've got the Plasma Pistol and Plasma Rifle as a laser tag set from Halo. The only downside is the Plasma Rifle, the sound isn't working. I don't know why. I didn't drop it, but whatever. So I got a couple more things. I'll either pick something at random. But those are the only ones that I remember right now. If you guys think, oh, I want to see the Skyhook or the Plasma Pistol or whatever, just say so, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.